Hi everyone, today is Friday, March 11th, 2022. This is Randall with Carter Hill Honeybees in Northwest Alabama. Behind me, this beautiful Japanese maple is in full bloom. It's about 73 degrees right now. It's about 22 degrees Celsius. It's just hard to believe in about 12 hours. It's supposed to be around 31 degrees or around -1 Celsius with rain, snow mix moving in tonight. We are forecasted to get 2 or 3 inches of snow overnight into tomorrow. And then tomorrow is supposed to be blustering cold with winds out of the north, 14 to 20 miles per hour, and significant wind chill all day. But I've been aware of this forecast for a few days, and I took advantage over the week and went around and inspected some of my hives and applied some pollen supplement to be sure that they're covered over these couple or 3 no flying days that's coming up. Most of them look great. I've got one that's got a brood issue. I'm going to have to go back when I get time. I wasn't able to document none of it due to the fact that we're still in standard time. We go to daylight savings time over the weekend, so that'll probably free me up to maybe document some more of this now in the afternoons. But I had to just try to hurry and get this done before this come in. I originally wanted to put my mite treatment on this week, but due to the incoming weather and it was going to be 2 or 3 days below the minimum temperature range of the product I'm going to use, I decided to wait till Sunday afternoon to apply the treatment. The forecast is to be much better next week, so I feel like I'll get a better result doing that. But anyway, I'm going to suit up. I've moved out 28 of these hives, and we'll take a look at it and talk about those just a few minutes, but I'm left with my weaker hives here, so let's take a look. As you can see, we got some empty hive stands here now. I've moved 5 of the 8 of these out. This colony here with a brick turned this way and that one there, they're both queenless. This was in the last video, and what I decided to do, they're working even though there's no queen in there. They're working. It'll almost fool you. But I'm going to take those bees and combs and combine with a couple of my stronger 9 frame nukes down there. All those top boxes are empty. These here that was queen right, I want to make sure they're still queen right. I've got the 1 there and the 2 on those stands over there, so 6 of those have been moved out. And then I got those 2 right there and number 19 right there. The triple deep, that's just stored comb. But 38 and 18, those are 2 live colonies, and number 12 is a dead out. So that leaves 8 of my weakest colonies here, along with those nukes, which I hope to get up and going and equalized in the next month and get them out into production. What I'm hoping to do, so time will tell on those. So I want to evaluate these 8 weakest colonies I have here and see what's going on with them. Anyway, let me get suited up and we'll check these out together. I can already see a little bit of cap brood down in there. These bees are a little bit jumpy. There's just not a lot of bees in here, so I'm going to pull out a frame here and see what we got. And that may be all this colony needs. It just may need a boost. Actually a pretty nice little looking brood pattern right there. So this queen, I would say, probably has some potential. A lot of younger bees here. I don't think there's many winter bees left in here, if any at all. All the bees are fuzzy, pretty nice and shiny, and they're starting to turn around and get a little resources saved up in here. So I think this one's going to be okay. See, we got some drone brood on the bottom here, but pretty nice looking little brood pattern here. Cluster, we've got a drone emerging right there. So what I'm going to do with this colony, we'll put the sugar back on here. Nice pollen basket right there if you can see it. Beautiful, that's a good indication. But I'm going to put a little pollen supplement on here to get them through the next 2 or 3 days, and then I'll reverse this medium underneath and let the bees build up and back up into the deep. So I think this colony will be okay. I might try to get some resource from somewhere else. Well, that one got me. But I think this is going to recover pretty nicely and be okay. So I went out and got me about a baseball size piece of pollen supplement, I'm just going to mash it out like a hamburger patty. So when I come back and rotate this Sunday, after it warms up, it's supposed to get up into 50 Sunday. Then that'll be in place already, and then I can just sandwich it on top. And then at that point, I may possibly remove that piece of sugar. I'll just have to see what their weight is. I probably need to leave it on, to be honest with you. But this will help. Man, them bees is a little bit testy. But this will help them get through the cold spell we got. But like I say, I think this colony is going to be just fine. It just needs some time to recover. Alright, so here's our next candidate. We're going to see how it's doing. This colony's been weak the whole time I've brought it here. Yeah, and there's just not many bees in here at all. It's worse than the other one. Yeah, there's a brood nest in there, and surprisingly they're decently well nourished considering the size of the cluster, and they got some pollen there, so they're desperately trying to make it. I'm gonna see if I can see the queen. They sure are nervous and runny like they're queenless. Well, I don't see her, but that don't mean she's not in here. She could be on the wall or whatever. But this is probably about a softball sized cluster. But I'm not going to break this down today. I think what I'll do with this one is once we get through this cold snap, I'll reverse it down to the, and just let the bees start out in a medium only. Take the DEET and utilize the frames elsewhere, and see if we can get them going. Maybe when some of these other weaker ones get boosted a little bit, I can give them a shot, or if they turn out to be queenless, I'll just sit that medium on top of another one here that's not, and let the bees unite. Here don't have a lot of bees either. They're still alive. Let's see what we got going on. Decent amount of bees in there. So let's see if we have any brood. A little bit of pollen and syrup here. Nice good bit of pollen there. So, and some brood in the center. There's some cap brood in there. So this colony is probably about like the first one. It's going to have potential. It's just going to be slow recovering. They still have some winter bees in here, but they're turning over. So this colony's lagging behind. So my goal with these would probably not be honey production. I may utilize, just see how they do, but I'll probably just wind up trying to build them up enough to help make splits with, and I'll definitely requeen these at some point and try to get them ready for next year. And about like the first one, I got about a baseball sized piece of pollen supplement. Just squish it down in there. And I'll probably take the DEEP out from under these. It's probably going to wind up doing just reducing these all down to mediums, let them build up, and then give them the room back as they grow. That's probably the best way I found overall to do it. That way they can keep the space heated more efficiently. Seems like it helps them recover faster. Give me a good deal of bees in here. I'm going to take that supplement off. They've got some hive beetles in there, but I put a big wad on there when I first put it on there. So, but because I left that inner cover upside down, they're pretty much able to deal with it pretty easily. So a pretty decent little brood pattern. There's a drone coming around. So yeah, about 2 weeks from now, this colony will look quite a bit different. So they're needing a little bit more room. Good amount of bees in here, so I'm going to put them a pretty good size, a little bit bigger than a baseball. Pollen supplement on here, and then when I come back Sunday, all I'll have to do is just raise it up and set it down here. I already got the feed on here for them. Well, let's see what we got in here. Looks like a decent bee population also. Yep, definitely is. Bees are nice and calm. And they're lagging a little bit behind. The brood nest is not even that far over yet, so now they're starting to get woke up. Popped my hand a couple times. So yeah, there's the edge of the brood nest. Looks pretty good. So this colony's coming on pretty nice, so I'll be able to utilize this colony for some bees or whatever to decide. But they also need a medium put on here, and they'll get it Sunday as well. So I see a good amount of brood in here as well, but this colony's still lagging behind, but it's starting to come on somewhat. Yeah, pretty decent little brood pattern, so this colony will do well. For this colony too, this was ready for medium, so I'm going to put a good sized slab of supplement on here with the intentions of putting a medium on here Sunday as well. So I just more or less want to be sure I got a brood nest in this one. Yeah, I do. This colony is coming on nicely. Just down on bees, so nothing to do here but just put them back together. I'll put a little bit more supplement on them. So here's the last of my weak hives. Good bee presence up here already, so this one may be coming on pretty good too. Oh yeah. Now this is a colony I really should have put in a 5-frame newt last fall. It drew out, pretty sure this was a swarm, but it drew out 5 frames, and that's all it drew out. And I'll probably, look like it's trying to draw a little bit over here, but I'll probably take some of those dead out frames and put in here and allow these to take off better. And as you can see, they've took advantage of the cavity up here, so I'll have to clean this out. But I'm going to leave this bee for today. Very nice. Here's something interesting. I still have all these nukes in the voids, and I've decided I'm going to leave them as they are. Here's a case of, you know, they always say that they build their combs from the top down. Well, here's a case where they're building from the bottom up. Of course, that's right on top of the deep. So I have to clean that out, but that's just kind of interesting. I noticed this last year when I left some bees after the splits over the top of queen excluders. They would start drawing their combs from the top of the queen excluder up. So right here's a case where the bees are actually building comb from the bottom up. But like I say, these nukes all look about like this. I got a couple that's a little weak, so I'm going to wait till Sunday and put those frames in here. And I just feel like it'll be better that way. All right, there it is. The evaluation is complete. These 9 nukes are in pretty good shape. The ones I've got with the lids a little sitting sideways on are the weakest of the 9. The others are pretty strong, and the line here on the ditch shows pretty good promise. I got 2 or 3 up yonder. They're out of sight. The first couple 3 that they're going to need some help, but I believe over the next month I'll be able to move some brood around and get these all pretty much ready to boost other colonies, queen rearing, whatever I decide to do. But this is my weak yard here, and I just want to try to get them going because I'm probably not going to get no honey off of those now. I am going to try to get these 9 nukes out into the production yards, and I think I'll be able to get some honey off of them. Those that have the lids on them straight, they're pretty strong, especially that one there. But I got 2 of them that's really strong, and they're coming on pretty fast, so I'll have to get some more frames in them Sunday at the earliest. But once again, they're working nicely. They're bringing in pollen. It's just hard to believe it's going to, in just a matter of hours, potentially we're going to have snow cover here on the ground in northwest Alabama. Well, I want to say thank you for joining me for this video today. Never stop learning.